Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the...
Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel...
Of course, yeah. I like Terence. I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight.
Crawford is going to fight Canelo, because even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is two action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
Interview 1. Boxing professionals have made their final picks. It's either Canelo Alvarez or Terence Crawford. But what's more interesting is why they made those choices. Their reasons might just surprise you.
Canelo Alvarez thinks you're not a 54-pounder. In other words, you say, nah, he's too small.
That's his take. There's a reason why Israel was so respectful in the fight. Anytime I let my hands go, he either grab me or move. For the bigger guy, you should have been walking me down. You should have been bullying me. Canelo can say, what do you say?
He just doesn't feel like you're a 54-pounder.
Interview 2. The odds are stacked against Terence Crawford as he heads into his scheduled super middleweight showdown this September against Canelo Alvarez. And that's exactly how he wants it. Crawford faces a significant size disadvantage once he steps into the ring with the Mexican superstar. Given the circumstances, he's being labeled the betting underdog for the first time in his 17-year professional career. That's expected when a future Hall of Famer moves up 2 full weight classes to challenge a 4-division world champion like Alvarez. But just looking at the tail of the tape, Crawford actually matches up quite well. Standing 5 feet 8 inches, Bud will enjoy both a height and a 4-inch reach advantage. Though Crawford is 37, 3 years older than Alvarez, he has taken less punishment over his career, with 25 fewer fights and 263 fewer rounds fought than the Mexican icon. Interview 3. I don't have to stop him, I just have to beat him. I'm not going in there trying to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely, Crawford told The Ring in an exclusive interview. When I look at Canelo, he's a smaller big guy, someone who's moved up through the weight classes. These bigger guys tend to be slower, and though they might land something on him, he usually sees it coming at the last moment. He can roll with the shot or absorb it because he came from faster, sharper divisions. I'm also coming from a sharper, quicker weight class. Meanwhile, speaking with Marcos Villegas of Fight Hub TV, former champion Sean Porter weighed in on Crawford moving up 2 divisions and the power gap he'll face. I am concerned about him taking a clean Canelo shot, especially over 12 rounds, Porter admitted. However, Porter offered an insightful angle. He suggested Canelo tends to slow down in the later rounds, as he has in several of his most recent fights.
A lot of people say, oh, well, he's money hungry, he's looking at money and he's trying to cash out and this and that. I've been getting money for years. I've been getting millions for years. Yeah. And I'm not stupid with my money. Right. As you can see, I don't buy no Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and, you know what I mean, walk around with 100 people around me, and I got all this jewelry that I bought.
Interview 4. Sean Porter believes Canelo will likely start the fight on the front foot, applying pressure early to try and break Crawford down before the later rounds, when Canelo may start to fade, and Crawford could take over. Even so, Porter didn't seem fully convinced about who would come out on top. There are so many components that make a champion, he said. It's easily an hour-long conversation when you talk about all the qualities Terence Crawford brings to the table.
There's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out.
Interview 5. Sean Porter, who was stopped by Crawford in the 10th round of their welterweight title fight, disagrees with the notion that Canelo Alvarez holds the upper hand. Speaking to Fight Hype, Porter argued that his former opponent actually has several advantages over the aging Canelo. You've got to get your mind out of the mindset of who's stronger. Boxing isn't just about strength. Who's smarter? Who's more athletic? Who's faster? Who has better stamina? Who's got more experience? The list goes on, Porter said. When you add it all up, you start thinking, wow, a lot actually leans in Crawford's favor. Crawford recently posted a photo of a scale reading 186 pounds. When asked how much he currently weighs, Crawford laughed and said, 140.
But every time I see him, he'd come and be like, Canelo.
Yeah, you know how Billy do it too,
yeah. Every time, I'd be like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
So every time he say that, you know, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at it, like okay, and he's not that big, you know, he heavy, but he not that big,
right?
You know, and I'm just like, all right, I'm laughing, but at the same time it started hitting me like, oh.
Interview 6. Crawford began his professional career in 2008 as a 137-pound fighter. After winning a lightweight title, he went on to become the undisputed champion at both 140 and 147 pounds. He now holds the WBA 154 pounds title, having defeated Israel Madrimov last summer. Canelo, meanwhile, started his career in 2005 as a 15-year-old weighing 139 pounds. Since then, he's won world titles at 154, 160, 168, and 175 pounds. He has the chance to become a two-time undisputed super middleweight champion if he beats William Skull on May 3rd in Saudi Arabia. If he gets hit with a sharp punch he doesn't see, he's definitely capable of getting hurt, Crawford remarked.
Crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Interview 7. He's not a machine. He's human, just like me. He bleeds just like me, Crawford said. I'm not going into that ring thinking, oh, I can't hurt this guy. But at the same time, I'm not going in there trying to knock him out either. I'm going to fight my fight, and if the knockout is there, of course, I'll take it. Canelo's only 2 career losses have come against Floyd Mayweather and Dmitry Bivol. He faced Mayweather way back in 2013, when he was still a young prospect. Many believe Terence Crawford shares a similar style to Mayweather, meaning if Canelo can beat Crawford now, it may prove just how far he's evolved as a fighter since that first loss.
I respect Crawford, he's a great fighter, and I always say that, no disrespect him, but you know, sometimes it's a little crazy that people talking about a small fighter like Charlo. He's big, which he is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face Crawford.
Speaking about the potential showdown with Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez told The Ring, you know what they want. Everybody wants that fight. But in my mind, I need to take care of the May fight first, then we'll see. Because who knows what could happen, but I do know what the people want. I just need to handle the Scully fight first. Canelo also addressed the frequent comparisons between Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. This is a chance to show people that I'm different now, more experienced, a better fighter. I've always thought that I just needed more years before I faced Mayweather. But things happen, and I learned a lot from that fight. I don't blame myself, I took lessons from it, but yeah, this fight is an opportunity to show the world who I am today.
fighter 147, who is smaller than Charlo. So no make sense when you guys say that right now. At the end of the day, I don't want to have credit to face Crawford, but you never know. You never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So it's possible.
Interview 9. One of the believers in Terence Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez is former world champion Barry McGuigan, and he already has a strategic suggestion that Crawford would likely appreciate. In an interview with Betway, McGuigan was asked about the highly anticipated Canelo versus Crawford bout. He didn't hold back. "I think Crawford needs to get back to his old self, his original style, especially when it comes to punching power and timing," said McGuigan.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can.